decision made on Friday to halt all transportation projects funded by the TTF, except for emergency repairs and those that are federally funded, was not taken lightly. Approximately $1.7 billion worth of projects throughout the state, about 100 New Jersey Department of Transportation construction projects, 200 New Jersey DOT design contracts, and scores of transit projects are funded in whole or in part by the TTF. The bottom line is you can't pay the bills when you have no money, and that's essentially the position we're in. Our average monthly drawdown from the TTF to cover projects, costs, and salaries are roughly $125 million per month. Today, only about $50 million remains in the TTF. Every cent that is needed to cover the next debt service payment due in December.
The financial goal of this transaction is quite simply to maximize new money proceeds for previously authorized transportation projects, given the trust fund's $895 million 2011 appropriation, the existing debt service schedule, maturity limitations, and the current availability of the Build America Bond program's annual 35% interest cost subsidy. The refunding restructuring transaction before you, based on current market conditions, meets or exceeds all applicable legal requirements. It generates at least 3% net present value savings totaling $15.2 million. The bottom line is that the inclusion of the refunding restructuring allows us to optimize the TTFA's portfolio of existing bonds so that we can generate an additional $400.6 million to support critical transportation projects throughout New Jersey. In total, this proposal should generate more than $900 million in funding for state transportation needs.
There's about $50 million in the fund left in place, which is about 2 weeks left to go. Why the drama and the crisis? Why'd you send a message and send out emails to everybody, try to scare tactics when you have $50 million? There's no today, you didn't need to add to the 10% unemployment.
We thought there was about $300 million that we had borrowed from the general fund, and after the shut, so we had about $100 million. We thought we had about $100 million. We looked at the numbers again, we had $50 million. And the borrowing right now from the general fund to the trust fund, we thought was $300 million, so we figured we had another $100 million. Now it's closer to $350, and we're still getting numbers as we speak, so we're, the situation has gotten critical.
But you didn't need to shut down today. You had money to keep going today, correct?
Not really, because if you think about it, we've got an obligation through the end of the year for the salaries that come out of the...
Mr. Simpson, I'm asking a question today. You just testified in the opening statement of $50 million available right now. There was no reason to shut down today, correct?
That's not correct.
We hear about the crisis, the shutdown affecting men and women who are out there who worry about paying their mortgages. And this is something, and if you look at the timeline, and I'll share the timeline with you in a little bit, it's something we will work together and work through. But I think we all could do without the drama, knowing that there is dollars to keep projects going. As he just said, there's $50 million sitting there.
I'd like to know, am I doing that for a 5-day period, a 10-day period, until you come out with your long-term plan? I don't know what soon is. Am I doing it for 2 months or 3 months? Because if I've got a long-term plan coming out in a matter of a week or a matter of a month or 60 days, I don't know why everyone around this dais is not concerned about why are we borrowing over $1 billion in more debt for the state when we should have had a plan by now. I understand it's difficult and time-consuming, but why am I doing this if I am literally at the doorstep of what is an answer to a long-term plan